have like a great deal of respect for what you guys do, and I don't know, maybe one day I'll be able to grab a tripod or something.
That news media idea.
I don't know. But anyways, yeah, seriously, thank you guys. And now I'll open it up for all of you. Any questions or anything you want to talk about, let's talk. Here's your opportunity.
Yeah, I've got something. Chris Martin called me yesterday. I don't know if it's because I sent him an email or if Marcus or Mike called them, but I talked to some of you guys. I've been calling around for lawyers. See, ADF, Alliance Defending Freedom, they're the ones that took the Executive Order 14042 to the Supreme Court. So they've got teeth in the game with fighting these mandates. And I'm also...
You want me to hold this open for you?
Sure.
So I could read your notes about me?
Not yet.
All coming out.
Brian Brase is a fraud.
That's gonna go. Quit saying it.
Yeah. Brian Brase's
Pick it up.
Antifa too. Yeah.
Email for Chris Martin to proofread, make sure it aligns with us, and maybe at some point we could all get together and just like, you know how Fry TV like raids and deep fries channels, everybody know? Okay, I want to get all of us here together and deep fry these law firms. Okay, just email. But yeah, so Alliance Defending Freedom and Pacific Justice Institute are the two ones I want to hammer on. There's a couple more I'm looking at, but I'm trying to go through the right chain of command before we actually get that done, so just stay tuned. But that's something I'm working on.
Was that laptop worth the money? I heard this touch bar sucks.
It's actually kind of cool
You
if
like
you get
it?
used to it. Yeah, but
I bought the one
fan
without
sucks
the
in it.
touch bar because I was like, I don't need a touch bar. Why am I going to pay the extra money was literally for the touch bar. That was it. My computer's the exact same thing.
If you do video editing, it comes in handy. But other
Dude,
than that,
I can't even turn on a camera, let alone video editing.
Okay, so that's all I got. Stay tuned for that.
Brian, how you doing?
I have a
Red
GoPro.
button.
Yeah.
It's real easy.
Actually, I have a GoPro. I have a couple.
I got a question for you. Is Ted Cruz and them, are they contacting you back continuously after you spoke with them and after they came out here? Or
No. Honestly, no, they're not. But it's not at fault of theirs. Like, they're not at fault alone. We're probably just as guilty. We could probably be hammering them a little more. What happened basically through that process was we kind of learned that, look, the Senate passed it. So now we have to get that bill on the House floor. So the Senate passed it. Yeah, it was only by one vote, which doesn't do well for us if it actually gets passed on the House and then goes to the president's desk. President already said he'll veto it. For those of you watching that don't know what I'm talking about, it's the end of the state of emergency, which then can help us get rid of these vaccine mandates, but on the federal level. So what basically the outcome of the meeting with the senators was that, hey, this is the process, this is what happened, here's who voted no, here's who didn't bother to vote at all. And then, of course, the publicity that he brought with it was obviously a big help in getting us out there, because he does, you know, whether you like the guy or not, he does carry some weight when he speaks, you know. And so there's really no, I wouldn't say no point in continuing the contact with his office. I think there's a lot that we could work together on other things for sure. But we're at a moment where we really need to get Democrats from the House. That's like where the focus really needs to be at this point. And then if we have a chance of getting that bill onto the floor, then we go back and start talking to the senators again to rally them to try and get 2/3 the vote. Because if the president already said he's going to veto it, right? So we can't like lobby him to do anything about it. He's going to veto it because he's a schmuck. And then, you know, it'll go to the Senate. And when it gets to the Senate, then we got to try to get 2/3 of the Senate to vote to you know, get rid of it. So at this point in time, there really, I wouldn't say there's no point in continued talks, but it just wouldn't be productive unless we're going to start going after something more or something else.
are any of them helping you move forward with the Democrats? Like, are they talking to Democrats to help push that? Or
The senators that we've spoken with have definitely got the word out that we want to speak to them. The problem is the Republican House members are not doing that.
Right.
The Republican House, what I'm finding, and I'm not going to blast out any names, but what I'm finding in the House is that the Republicans feel deflated and defeated. And instead of trying to break the mold and reach across the aisle and try to get their counterparts to come to the table, or even try to schedule bipartisan meetings of some sort, even if it's just a conference room and let's get 4 or 5 of us all sitting together, they won't even do that. Basically, all of them have there was like one that I think was enthusiastic and wanting to really try to do something, but the others basically sat there and said, well, nothing we can do until midterms. We got to win majority of the House back. And I'll just tell you right now, that's the problem with this country. The fact that they can't work together to figure things out or come together and listen to the people. A lot of these Democrats have the same issue with their constituents. They feel the same way we do. They've had enough and they're ready to get back to work. So they're clearly not representing their constituents. And this is why I have an issue with both the Republican and the Democrat Party. They're both evil. And they both need voted out, every one of them. And I know that there's good people, and I've been attacked on this, that I've said about term limits and things like that. And they say, well, what happens when you get a good person in? What happens when we have somebody that's doing really good things, and now all of a sudden you're going to send them out? Well, that's the way it should work, because in my outside looking in view of doing this, and FYI, I've done this for about 5 years, meetings on Capitol Hill, and it's always the same thing. The longer they're there, the more they become disconnected from their constituents.
Yeah.
And it's every single one of them. It's every single one of them.
Complacency.
Yes. And it's my personal belief that, and I think it's what was intended. I could be wrong, but it's my personal belief for sure is that it's a civic duty to go serve your country in that manner, to go and represent your constituents, but it was never meant to be a career, at least not in one level. It was meant to go serve and then go back and work your farms, or go back and work your factory, go home and work your 9 to 5 or whatever you want to call it, your 12 to 12, whatever job. Go back to we'll call it civilian life, and get out of public service and go back to your civilian life, and your career is at home, not in Washington D.C. as a politician. Now, I don't have a problem with any of them coming up through the ranks, maybe state legislation or community, and working their way up through, and then maybe one day running for president. I don't have a problem if somebody makes a career out of that, experiencing all the different levels of government, especially if there's somebody that's good. But all those levels should have those term limits for sure. And that's my belief. And there's a lot of reasons why they shouldn't have them. There's a lot of, that argument's pretty big. But that's not representation of the People's Convoy.
Well, I agree 100%.
That's Brian Brase that feels that way.
I agree 100%.
I have a question for you. I'm from Canada. I'm Mark. Okay. I'm a truck driver, as you. And I have a question for you. If the government's supposed to work for us, okay, why they don't show up over here?
So there's a couple reasons for that. One, we actively work at getting them down here. That's usually our first. That's how we set up our meetings first. Is we try to get them to come down. A lot of it is because of how far away from DC we are. They got votes, they got other things going on, but then there's also security concerns from different offices. Some of them take the security more serious than others, and they have different levels. Ted Cruz came out, and that's a win. He came out here. Do we want more coming out here?
Jim Jordan.
Absolutely.
Get Jim Jordan out here.
Jim Jordan actually talked about coming out here as well.
Well,
it's something that there's other things at play when it comes to getting them down here. Do we want them down here? Absolutely. Do we try to get them down here? Absolutely. But we're also not going to turn away a meeting with a Democrat.
Yeah.
Because he won't come down here. We need House Democrats.
They supposed to be here. They supposed to come over here. You're not supposed to go around circles and circles, It's getting to the straight point, transparency, right?
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
all that this is all about. So, true is true. You're supposed to wait here for them to come, not coming, around the circles.
If we don't put pressure on the Beltway, they'll never know we're here.
Use resources.
We have to. Well, you guys, I'm from Canada actually, but you guys, you're supposed to wait for them to come over here. it's a pressure. I mean, it costs money. First of all, it costs the money for the truckers and everybody here. Everybody who is here. It costs the money, costs the time, and it doesn't get like results. You know. I know what you mean. I know what you mean by that. That you're supposed to bring the people, actually more people here, right? That's the one thing. The other thing is, this is the waste of money and time right now for the people around here, because we can move on. You know, when something is happening, you know, talking is talking, right? But the time is the time is about to change. You know, I don't know how to say. It's about to change the entire situation right now. You know, because it costs money and it costs time for the people who are all over here. They work for us, yeah. So bring him.
You're not wrong in what you're saying. You're not wrong in what you're saying. But you have. They will never come here without us putting pressure on them. Unfortunately, that's the situation we're in. Yeah. You are absolutely right. They should come to us. 100% I agree with you. 100% I agree that going around the Beltway is wasting time and money. I don't agree. Actually, let me rephrase. I don't agree it's wasting money, because are we burning through money doing it? Absolutely. But I don't think it's a waste, because we have to do that in order to let the world know that we're here. We have to continue to put DC Metropolitan on high alert, blocking exits. We have to continue doing those things in order to get the attention, to let DC know we're still here and we ain't going nowhere. We don't have a choice. This is what we have to do. Now, I understand that's frustrating. It's extremely frustrating. But welcome to America, man. Yep. That's what we're going through. That's what it is. And I'll say this. I love Canada. I love everything they did. But their politicians didn't step foot out of the Capitol building, and they were sitting on their front door. At least we got some meetings going on. And I'll tell you that right now, that's a win. Yep. And we're doing good things. And we're getting those things because we're out on the Beltway doing what we're doing. That's why we're getting the meetings that we're getting. Yeah. That's the facts.
We can't occupy DC.
We're giving them as little ammo as they.
Canada, actually, in Ottawa, I went there. What happened right now with these people? You know, they block. Well, the government said that they blocking. You know, the capital, right? Yeah. Over there.
And that's the ammunition, right? We're not trying to.
This is the people have lost like trucks. They have lost their homes. Jobs.
People are right here too, losing their trucks, losing their homes, losing their jobs.
More time, Brian. Just understand. More time. It's gonna take.
To be here.
It's gonna you guys are gonna lose the time. You know, you have to invent something.
That's why right now we're trying to rally at the state levels and then get everybody at the state capitals across the country at the same time that we're doing what we're doing. It's very important that we put the pressure onto the state levels. The fight right now, honestly, is at the state level, but we have to stay here and keep putting pressure here at the same time.
The positive news.
That's what we're doing. That is the change. That is the next step.
Don't they say
is getting the state.
Justice move slowly.
But we have to show our endurance and our,
yes.
that we're willing to stick it out.
Yes.
You know?
I was just going to say that you talked about us not getting results. I would just disagree. In Shake Shack, when I got attacked by an Antifa, all the employees knew what the convoy was about. When I said that they're fighting for you guys, you say, yeah, they're fighting for us. They all know what's going on. People in DC know what's going on. It may not look like it, but they do know what's going on. So we are getting results because they show up in there.
And the reason why DC Metro keeps shutting down the exits, the exact words were, we're afraid of Ottawa.
Oh yeah.
That's their exact words. We're afraid of Ottawa.
And we can't just occupy DC like Ottawa did. We're not doing that because we're doing it a little slower.
And if
we're trying to do it diplomatically first.
And if we do start parking it, that's that ammunition that the media can have. Like, oh, they're impeding.
It might have to get to that point eventually, but right now, again, diplomatic first.
Yeah.
Right.
Try the process.
You mentioned that congressmen do not want to talk until the midterm. Are there any plans to get them to talk before the midterm, since the midterm's still so far out the way?
Pressure at the state level. start pressuring the states as much as we can. Even their offices in their states, in their districts, go to their offices and I'm hoping that we can get some kind of rally cry out that basically gets people to flood the offices with phones and emails and everything else in their state office as well as here at DC. And then of course just literally do the same thing we're doing here, but do it on the capital of their state. People need to go there and not go away. And I hope my hope is that by doing so, the state themselves will be saying, you need to talk to these people now, please. We need your help. And then that way, hopefully it would provoke them to actually break the mold and reach across the aisle. It's not just the Republicans, it's the Democrats too. The Democrats aren't doing crap. They're not working across the aisle at all. They're happy they have the power, and they're doing everything they can to hold on to it. And the Republicans are just saying, well, be careful who you vote for. This is what happens when you put them in power. And that's how they're acting, and that's how they're treating it. And honestly, it's just a disgusting display of American politics.
At the moment, do we know how many states are getting together at the moment to go up to their capital?
Well, they're just now starting to put them together. There's a couple dates going on. There was talk about how we should all do it on the same date. Then there was talks about everybody's doing their own thing. Personally, as long as they're going there to occupy it in a way that they don't go away until they get what they're heard, it doesn't matter what date, because eventually, hopefully not, but eventually, more than likely, we'll all be doing it at the same exact time anyways. As far as what states or dates, they're all that information is just now starting to come in. So I know Ohio has 2 different dates planned with people. The first one is more of just a one-day rally. The other one is like a Hagerstown style, what we're doing. And then I heard it yesterday before I left Ohio with the people I met in Ohio before Convoy and out here.
Awesome. Hey, where are you at from Ohio? Anyway?
Northwest Ohio.
Brian.
Okay, I don't know where that's at.
Brian, just an hour west of Toledo.
Okay, you're further west than me.
But what's the date on the rally there?
I believe the first one's like April 1st or something, and then the second one I don't remember offhand. But yeah. So the states, I know that there's if you guys remember that Kip guy from the other convoy that came into us, he's currently rallying across the South with different states, getting state leaders put in place. And I think the Northwest he's getting involved in too, getting some people together. There's a guy named Chuck Biddles, call him Chucky. He's in California. I know he's trying to get California, geared up. He needs some help in California though. So anybody out in California, get a hold of Chuck Biddles, Biddles, Chuck Biddles. He's trying to get California together, and he's having a heck of a time right now, which I guess isn't much of a surprise with California, but he's trying actively to get that going. So it's what I would like to do, what I saw in my head at least, was to put together like a packet, a how-to packet, or in the military we call it SOPs, standard operating procedures. I'd like to put something like that together that basically says, here's the date, here's how, here's the permit filing process, here's contacts for your local law enforcement, because we want to make sure it's peaceful. We want to make sure we're law-abiding and peaceful about it, but we do need to make a stand, but the same thing here diplomatically needs to be done diplomatically there. They'll use January 6th in Ottawa against us every step of the way, no matter where we're at in the country. So they'll keep using that against us over and over and over again.
2 things really quick. With what you're saying there, is there a way we could get a contact or something? Because I get a lot of emails that people are organizing and they want to get that message out to everybody, so it could be announced either in the evening or the morning, what dates in town, so that way they are organizing and gives them a little help. If we could do something like that, I think that would be really good for the people in the States.
Yeah.
So
well, not even a contact point, just here, read this off for all the live streamers. We don't need to be involved in their organizing, but just something like that.
Yeah, I have to think on that one. I think that would be okay. I got to kind of look, I got to be careful on Like, I don't want to tell people, and don't take this the wrong way, and I'm not saying this is going to happen or is happening, so please, people in the world, don't take it this way. But even with the planning of this, of the American convoys, there was scammers out there. There were people that were taking advantage of others and stealing money. There was money stolen from one of the convoys. You know, they're talking $13,000 went missing from something. You know, luckily it had nothing to do with us, but that convoy, you know, disbanded when they were, I got a call yesterday that they got to Indiana and all of a sudden we're told, go home. And they disbanded everybody in Indiana. You know, and never even came, but then they took off with the money.
Wow.
Now, I don't know what's true, what's not out of all of that. This is hearsay. I don't have any proof of nothing. But my problem with going out and saying, so-and-so is organizing Pennsylvania. Get with so-and-so. And then I just stood there and I just told everybody in Pennsylvania or surrounding states that want to get involved in Pennsylvania to go support this person and their planning. And then they go and scam everybody or take advantage of people or they just don't have it in them to actually follow through with it. They become overwhelmed and then they let it implode. Then we lose Pennsylvania from doing it because we didn't give the chance to someone else who's also trying to do Harrisburg. And then they got black, because it happened to us, man. We had people in different states trying to organize states, and they were good people, but someone else came in and said, oh no, I'm the one doing this. I'm doing this. I'm doing it. And they blasted that person and made that person feel like they were a fraud, like told people that that person was a fraud and they weren't. And then we lost, you know, 100 trucks that person had with them, or 100 cars or campers, because of doing that, because of saying, this is the person organizing. That's why I stood on stage and I said, listen, there's going to be multiple people in your state wanting to plan and put something together. That's okay. Follow the person that you believe the most in. Do your research like you should be on your politicians. Make sure this person's legit. Hold them accountable for the things that they say and do. But then also, as organizers of any states, work with the other organizers of the states and come to a consensus. If neither of you want to do the dates that, you know, if you two are arguing on dates, then pick a date in between. Find a neutral date in between. You're just going to have to work together. And I don't want to, I get what you're saying, and I get trying to get the word out, but I wouldn't feel right standing there and saying, so-and-so. You know, I did it for California for Chuck Biddles because I go back 5 years with Chucky. You know what I mean? I go back 5-6 years with Chucky. I know his heart. I know that man's heart. That's why I said it. That doesn't make him the guy in California by any means, but it makes one of the guys that I trust in California. The thing is you can't, you know how crappy I would feel if I found out that somebody that I said was, this is a legit person, follow this person's organizing this state, and then they either A, ran off with a ton of money because they did a bunch of fundraising for whatever reason, or B, they didn't have good intentions from the very beginning, and the whole idea was because they were against us. Haha, watch what I do to these people. Or 3, they are somebody that maybe is a bit extreme on one side of the aisle or the other, and they lead people into a slaughter because they go nuts and do something crazy. You know what I mean?
Custer's last stand.
Yeah.
Right. I can't, you know, I can't do that. I want to be able to say, here's this person, here's this person, here's this person. But I don't want that on my conscience if that person's bad. And I'm not saying, you know.
And to kind of lead off of that, has the convoy, is it like possibly on the table at some point where we see like these governors that are starting to fire cops again and nurses that the convoy picks up and leaves and say, hey, we're going to Chicago. The mayor over Chicago just let go of 140 officers. We want those officers back. Is that something that the convoy would look into in the future?
I think all options are on the table. I think all options are on the table. I mean, to say no is wrong, in my opinion. I think all options are on the table. I mean, we're here to end the mandates and start and try and demand some accountability. But it doesn't mean that if they're doing, you know, if Mayo Clinic in Rochester lets go of like 1,000 nurses because they won't get vaccinated. It doesn't mean we wouldn't go up there and make a stand. You know, I would encourage the state to do so first. But if they're not, you know, maybe another convoy across the country to some of these harder hit places might be the way to go. All options are on the table. All options are on the table.
Brian, I would like to
Go ahead.
I would like to thank you for your speech. Everybody here is very, very concerned about what's going on. Few words from you for the people around the world, not only U.S. but Canada, New Zealand, Australia, you name it.
Yeah. So I'm in contact with with one particular individual in Australia, and he's also kind of my point of contact for New Zealand right now. And then he also shared with me about Amsterdam standing up. You know, to people around the world that have had enough of this, stand up. Now's the time to stand up. The whole world's watching, and everybody has had enough, and you're not alone out there. So if you are in any country and you've had enough of this, stand up now. Stand up, get a hold of us. We'll help get the word out that you're doing it, and you know, send the videos, send the links, send whatever you can, and we'll try to get coverage for that too, and help in any way that we can. To Canada, thank you so much for everything you guys did. You spearheaded this whole thing. You got us to wake up, and we love you and have nothing but respect for you. Australia, New Zealand, you know, you got a hard fight ahead of you. They're doing some really messed up things there. I've heard a lot of the stories already. You got it, I'm pretty sure, worse than Canada or the United States, that's for sure. And so your country, probably more than any others right now, needs to stand up. Don't let them intimidate you. That's what they're trying to do to you right now.
Yeah.
Don't let them intimidate you. Stand strong. I doubt they'll let me fly to your country, but I would come and help if I could. So God bless everybody around the world that's ready to stand up and do what you got to do. And we got you. We got your back.
Has the convoy applied for any permits to protest in DC, like lawfully?
So I did apply for one, I guess about 2 weeks ago now, and that became media that it was denied. It's not true. What actually happened with the permit process, I turned in the permits, which I do every year for another event, but so I know the routine. I turned in the permit, and it wanted numbers. So I just gave I think I said like 100 participants to 100,000. Like I just wrote this massive thing, right? And well, it scared the crap out of them because they were like thinking 100,000 vehicles, you know, like they were like freaking out. And so we ended up on a conference call with a couple different agencies to discuss the permit. And then through that process, it was determined that we would bring in a select amount of the People's Convoy in, and we were going to park them on the National Mall, and it was more or less a photo op, if we're going to be real about it. But we were going to be able to stay there. I think I asked for 2 weeks on the National Mall, and through our phone conference, they gave us a partial denial. What that was because I had to put everything that we agreed upon over the phone, I had to put in writing. So the permit was approved. I just had to put in writing the new things that we had talked about, and then it would get the official approval. So we weren't denied permits. It was a partial until I put things in writing. That night, I sat there and I thought it over, and I did not like that I was going to have to pick and choose who was going to be able to go down there and park on the National Mall. I didn't like it. I didn't agree with it. I said it from the very beginning of this whole thing. Always speak the truth and from the heart, and it felt wrong of me to pick who gets to go and who doesn't. So then I rescinded the application. Now, something that the media does on a regular basis, it's public information, they pull permit requests just to see if there's a story there. So I believe it was the Washington Post pulled I'm not sure if it was Washington Post, I think it was. They pulled that information and saw that the People's Convoy had applied, and there was a partial denial. Well, they ran with that. but that's the truth of the permits. Since then, I have not filed for permit. Doesn't mean we won't, but there is a lot of concern about Ottawa. And then, of course, I have concern about January 6th type of action. And so DC's worried about Ottawa, and I'm worried about January 6th. So right now, you know, we're going to take it, honestly, it's day by day. It's day by day. You know, I can wake up tomorrow and be like, let's go down to DC and let's get these permits.
Has the convoy been in contact with any civil rights lawyers about DC police are blocking the roads?
There are conversations taking place that I'm not going to go into details on at this time, but there are conversations taking place.
I have
So it's real obvious that when we first came in here a couple of weeks ago, there was a certain amount of vehicles and people, and the next week was a little bit less, and then this week is a little bit less, because people have, especially the drivers, have to go back to work and make a little money, and they return. Some of them, you know. I talked to a guy 2 days ago, and he was like, there's guys out in the truck stop who are just itching to come up here, but they don't understand the Emergency Powers Act. They think it's about masks, and they're like, we don't have to wear masks anymore, so what's the point? He says, if you added something simple like fuel prices to the discussions here, you know, you would have a swarm of more trucks coming in and helping out. Would that be a good idea, or you don't want to dilute your message with fuel prices? Or, I mean, it's an option.
And what happens, I'll ask you this, what happens when fuel prices go down in a week or two?
In a week or two?
in response to our message.
I mean, seriously, what happens when fuel prices? Because we can't sustain at this fuel rate, so it's inevitable that it's going to go down because we can't sustain. The administration's hands are tied. They're gonna have to open up pipeline. They're gonna have to. They're not gonna have a choice. If they try to run it like this, look, we're all done anyways. If they try to keep this fuel price like this, we're all done anyways because trucks are going to shut down all across the country. With or without this movement, trucks are going to shut down. Even the ATA, which I really want to give them the one finger salute to the ATA, but I won't. But even the ATA is already petitioning the administration saying, like, hey, hello, we need some help here.
You think other groups will talk about the fuel and put more pressure on them, and you don't have to do that then? Or the convoy?
I think that naturally is having its own pressure on it. I'm not, I guess, opposed to bringing that into the discussion, but that's not why we left Adelanto, California, and Convoy here.
Fair enough.
And
people
it's,
were asking, so
I think it's important. I honestly, if I wasn't doing this, I'd probably be trying to rally right now in DC over the fuel prices and maybe get a shutdown of some sort going. I mean, at the end of the day, all of this can be resolved with every truck in the country turning their keys to the left for 3 days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
3 days.
Total shutdown.
3 days. You know, and you bring the nation to a crippling halt. The problem is, I don't ever want to do that to this country. I don't know if it's a problem or not. I don't ever want to do that to the American people. I don't ever want to do that to our economy. I don't ever want to do that. I never want to have to do that, ever. And I you know, it ain't like the trucker strikes of the 70s. You know, now we have, 3.5, 4 million truck drivers.
Yeah.
I mean, now you shut down, it's even the population has doubled since the 70s, I think. I mean, we every single thing, all the stores, all the manufacturing plants are literally like day by day supply. So they got a lot of places have a truck that comes in every single day.
Just in time delivery.
Just in time, right. And it's sad that they've done that, but they have. It saves them money.
Saves them warehousing.
Right. But now, you know, trucks shut down and the whole country is boom. And really, it'll affect the world if the American truck driver did it.
Have you thought about going out and doing a convoy to another state? Because it seemed like you generate a lot of interest by doing the convoy across the country. And to go out to another state, stay one day, and come back and have a place where people come hear the message, because they're not. No other
we're not
are
getting
hearing
out
that
of
message,
here, basically.
right? You know, you're not going to get that out.
Today.
So
everything
everything
close to a lot of states right now.
Like I said earlier, everything is on the table. Yeah. Everything is on the table. I'm not opposed to that by any means. I'm definitely not opposed to that. I've often thought, and like especially while I was home for a couple days, I was thinking to myself, like, I've never watched more news in my life than while I was home. You know what I mean? I was just watching to see where it came up, you know, and it does come on. Very little, very tiny little segments, but it does come on. Even CNN. So it does come on. It's very tiny and no real meat to what we're doing. Right? But I've thought about it. I mean, definitely have thought about it. It's crossed my mind to convoy back to California, and this time go across the north, and go back. It's definitely on my mind to do that. But you know, I speak honestly. I don't know what the right move is. Whether going to these different states to help generate more support, or to convoy all the way back to California. Or to stay here, I really don't know. That's why I've been leaning more towards staying here and rallying the states.
So, I got a question real quick. Your message this entire time has make the government work for us, right? So we have people
remind them that they work for us.
Remind them that they work for us, because obviously they're not doing their job. So we don't have to change ourselves in order to conform for the government, right?
Right.
We have people here trying to hijack the show and say, go to your government, fill out this paperwork, and become free from the government, the corporate government. That's not your message that you're trying to get across, right?
That's not my message, no, but I mean, that's an option for people if they choose to. I wouldn't say that they're trying to hijack it. They're putting options on the table for you as a citizen of the United States to take some personal action for yourself.
Okay.
I don't know enough about it to sit there, your camera's dying. I'm not educated enough into that particular topic to really speak on whether it's legit, real, good, bad. I don't know enough about it.
Well, just because they're going campsite to campsite at night, and they're trying to preach the message, and they're pretty much representing you guys. They're saying we're with the People's Convoy. And I knew that was wrong, so I wanted to address it with you for all the people out there, that your message is basically, we want to remind the government they work for us.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's like 5 messages in the People's Convoy
at
this point, but yeah, I mean,
I just want to get it clear for everybody watching.
None of the organizers of the People's Convoy are going around doing that.
Okay.
That's how I'll clear it up.
All right.
Doesn't mean that we don't support what they're doing. Doesn't mean that I'm going to discourage them from doing so.
Yeah.
It's an option for people that I think it's important that they look into and see if it's for them.
Yes.
If they like it and they want to do it, then you know what? Do it. And I've been. Listen, it's the same thing with the streamers, and I said, make your money, you're fine, you know, let them donate to you, make your money, don't worry about the hate on it. It's the same thing with the businesses that are out there that are selling flags and t-shirts and sweatshirts and everything else.
Yeah.
I don't care. It might not be very true to our messaging, some of those flags of being, you know, it's not a right issue, it's not a left issue, it's an American issue, but I'm not going to stop somebody from supporting their family. I'm not gonna stop somebody from making money. Like, do what you got. Like, yeah, man.
Not perfect.
Listen, you know, I would do the same thing. If there was a stand over here that said "fuck Trump," they can fly their flag.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stop them from doing it. I'm not gonna stop them from selling it. Doesn't mean they're gonna get much business around here.
Yeah.
I think we all know that. But it's about freedom, and we live in a capitalist society here, and they are able to do so. If somebody wants to walk around and talk about their message, they're allowed to do so.
All right.
If you don't hear it come out of my mouth
and
up on stage or out of Mike or Marcus or any of the other organizers, then it's probably not the People's Convoy.
Okay.
That's how I
just wanted to make sure
and it
that
doesn't
was
matter
clear.
what they're talking about.
Yeah, I want to make sure it was clear, because a lot of people are getting up on the mic and they're putting a personal message out, but they're using the platform for the People's Convoy. And it's getting a little confusing, and I'm getting a lot of questions from the chat and everything, like, what exactly is the message?
It's pretty clear that if it doesn't come from one of the organizers of the People's Convoy,
Yes.
it's probably not our message.
I just wanted them to hear it from your mouth, because I tell them and they're like, it's very conflicting.
There's stuff going around on Telegram and everything. Listen, I'm going to say this while I got all these cameras here. Telegram sucks.
Oh, yeah.
And if you believe anything you see, hear, or read on Telegram, stop it. Stop it. Telegram is horrible. They are literally the worst social media app. I think they're worse than Facebook. Not because of censoring, but because that's probably the one app that could use a little bit of it at this point. And I don't believe in censorship. I'm just saying that Telegram is so inundated with fraud and trolls and people that don't even know what they're talking about, trying to pretend that they know what they're talking about.
Hey, clarify that on the chat, on those chats, yeah, and on all those things when everybody gets on, yeah. I run a live stream on here. This is the steadiest live stream. We have people on here.
Oh, I forgot we got a Telegram live stream.
Yeah, we do.
To the Telegram fans watching live streams, if it's live, then it's probably true. If it's a bunch of messaging with 80,000 people telling you what's happening, probably not.
By the way, this is Rolling for Freedom, and we are on YouTube, Getter, we're on Rumble, and all of them, but I live stream through here because I'm not monetized on anything.
Nice.
So
Good for you.
Okay.
Yes, finally. Thank you. You got all day or what?
Do I have all day?
Yeah.
No, I
Well,
think you guys want to go convoy, don't
Yes,
you?
we are, but it's really
What?
quick.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I didn't put my makeup on today.
Exclusive. No lipstick.
This ain't exclusive. Look, she says exclusive.
Everyone else.
While we got all of
Wrong
these
here.
people here. It ain't no exclusive.
I like your heart though. It's red like mine.
So up to the question.
So listen, real quick. I like your glow. You're really happy.
I'm refreshed.
I know, right?
I spent
Seeing
some
your
time with
family.
my woman.
Yeah, there you go. So listen, I'm a little bit disappointed because Canada has gotten so much attention, and their donations were just literally flying. And then when you go to the People's Convoy.org, this is where we can donate.
We're only
and
like
it's-
1.7.
Exactly.
But it's not, you know why? Well, I don't know if this is why, but I don't ever get on and ask for donations. I don't ever say go to the peoplesconvoy.org to donate today. I don't do it because I don't believe in it. I don't, let me clarify.
Yeah.
Not that I believe that if you want to help this convoy, bring fuel here. Pay for fuel at the pumps when we go there. Buy a trucker, a car,
Yes.
a camper, gas or diesel, whatever they need. Bring cooked food down here. Bring meat down here. I'm just not a fan of the donation thing. You'll never hear me advocate. I know everybody's been up my butt saying that I need to tell people to go to the peoplesconvoy.org and donate today. Everybody's been saying it. I just
so
don't.
Much media
Look,
going on.
I stay so far away from the money, and there's a reason behind that. But I stay so far away from that money that even when people try to bring me an envelope and say, this is for you or this is for the convoy, I instantly go, hold on to that.
Yeah.
I don't touch it. And then the reason behind that is very simple. Every great movement, including even BLM right now, look into it. Every great movement, what has always taken it down? Money. Money has taken down everything. Greed, money, corruption has taken down every great movement, at least in this country, and I'm pretty sure around the world. So yeah, I stay as far away from it. I don't
But there is a
promote it.
website.
I don't.
There is.
There
a
is,
website.
and if others choose to get people to do it, then so be it.
Yeah.
You know, I know
Grateful
that
for
money is
that.
important. I get it. I understand that we need it. We definitely need it. There ain't no doubt about it.
One more thing. Can you disclose how much does it cost to fuel to go on the Beltway?
I really don't.
Approximately.
Honestly, I don't have the. I always speak the truth. I don't have a clue right now today. I don't know what it is. I know that across the country, we had $75,000 fuel bills every time we fueled up.
Okay,
I'll tell you that. It was
$75,000.
$75,000 every time we fueled up coming across the country. I mean, price is up, but our numbers are down too. So
Right.
I really don't know. It's not the question for me. You'd have to go ask Marcus.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Can I have a
Today
hat?
at 4 o'clock, we're fueling. So go to the pump.
Thank you for speaking with me.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so.
You want to do the same thing?
No,
from here?
oh, you want oh, no.
Your lipstick isn't as bright.
Hey, I'll give you a hug.
You give me a hug. Flannel
All right, so my question would be,
I guess it would be steer a little bit away from politics, but it'd be just in regard to this nation, the statement of this nation being one nation under God, in God we trust. What would you say the impact this has had? Maybe just possibly a small personal testimony. I've heard a little bit about an impact you've had of turning towards the Lord, or how much of put a God being in this movement. What would your personal testimony or statement be of this being God's inclusion in this movement, our reliance on Him, and how much the Lord is playing His hand and bringing all these people together from so many different places, using this technology, which we know has been so often attempted to use against us, how it's being used so wonderfully right now with all these streamers and everyone all over the world. We've got people in the chats from countries all over the planet every day, all day, every day, and just this move that is coming across this country. And any words you would have on that, any personal testimony, how your heart has been stirred or moved by this movement, turning towards the Lord, and just anything that would be on your heart in regards to that.
Well, I've had a very complicated relationship with God my entire life, from a child to even up until this movement. I struggled because of things that happened in my life, that happened to family and friends, and it was hard for me to it was just hard for me to believe at times that He would allow whatever your God may be, higher power, would allow some of these things to happen to people. Lost a friend early on to leukemia when I was a kid. I have another friend that survived leukemia as a kid. Same technology, same everything at that time. It was very, very close to each other. I had family members. I had a grandfather that passed away when I needed him the most. My dad wasn't around. My mom was raising 2 boys by herself. My grandfather was, that male role model that I think young boys, young men need in their life. I lost him early on. I struggled as a young adult. I struggled to find where I fit in and where my place was, as far as financially, job, everything. I had a problem with the hypocrisy of the church. I struggled with that a lot, where I would see a man beat his family all week, raging alcoholic, beat his family all week, and then go to church on Sunday and all is well. That bothered me a lot, and it still bothers me. I lost my son in September, and that shook me to my core.
Sorry about that.
Again, it raised questions with my struggle with God. And then went into, I'm all right. Thank you. We started this convoy. And it was like, I don't know, it was like the sun was with me from the beginning, and then it just felt like something was with us. And I still feel that way, and more than just my son being with me. I mean, there's a presence here. There's a presence in the movement, and as we went across the country, all the prayer and the groups of people from all walks of life that were coming together to the community that we've set up here, my belief in God is pretty firm now.
Yes, sir.
And,
Amen.
and I would find it hard for anyone to not believe after experiencing what I at least personally experienced through this journey. There's nobody else there's nothing that can do that like only God can do that. And I mean, there's no way that you can't believe in God after experiencing this. I mean, this solidified it. This has changed my life. This has changed my life in that sense. And I think it's changed a lot of people's lives. There's a lot of firm believers here, absolutely. There's a lot here. There's a lot here. But there's some that struggled as well. And there's some that don't believe. But I've watched other people that struggled like I did, and I've even watched the non-believers start believing in God as well. I mean, this has changed a lot of people's lives.
Yes.
A lot of people's lives. And at the end of the day, whether we achieve a single thing in DC or not, we still won.
Oh,
we
man.
won.
Yes.
We won hearts
Every
and
day.
minds. We brought God back into the country, into a lot of people's lives, including my own. We have opened a lot of eyes, and we have created a community that I honestly a month and a half ago thought was impossible to have anymore. To me, the only thing that can make that possible is God.
Yes.
I don't think any person can make that happen. I think only God can make that happen. And it's been this experience that made me believe that and feel it. And I think of myself as a free thinker. Like, I'm very open-minded to everything. I try to listen and consider others and their opinions and their beliefs and their, I read a lot. Well, I listen a lot to audiobooks.
Okay, there you go.
I drive, so I listen a lot. So I would never judge anyone for not believing, especially as somebody that has struggled myself through my entire life. But I believe, and I believe I found God in this process to a point that I don't think I would ever waver again. No matter what happens in my life, I don't think I would ever waver again like I did as a young man.
Amen.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you for that. And hallelujah and glory to God. I would say, just in my personal experience, with all the talk of all the politics, just like you touched on just now, the reason we're here, but there's just all the chatter in the background. What's going to happen? What's going on? Are we winning? What's this? And when I'm in this movement, when I'm with these people, and I've got people pouring into me and praying over me, and we're praying and we're opening the meetings with prayer every day. And when I'm praying over my brothers and I'm witnessing souls being saved, and I hear the chatter, and I'm like, we are winning. We are winning, and my eyes are witnessing, and my brothers and sisters are testifying of it. And so that's it's a miracle that's being broadcasted to the world right now, and it's a miracle. And I think we just praise God and lift up the name of Jesus for this whole movement. Is what has been the saving grace that we're all here after how many days and weeks. It's the prayers of people, it's the prayers of the saints covering us. And I would attest all of our victories to that, and I'm thankful for everyone that has came and everyone that has witnessed and testified of everything we're experiencing, and we just lift up our prayers for this convoy, and that's where our faith lies. So
Amen, man. Thank you, Kevin.
Are you aware that 40 years ago Billy Graham prophesied that there'd be a huge spiritual awakening in America, and it would start in Canada?
No, I was not aware of that.
Okay. And any contribution made here, the one thing people can do all across the world is just say a prayer for the convoy and for the hand of God to cover it.
Who else?
I'm Rusty with the Maryland Salt and Light Brigade. I had no plans to come back here, but I just wanted to mention something about how God works. Our small organization, Saturday, January 29th, had a small little community meeting just about 2 miles from here. And our goal is to wake our community up, wake up the people when the country pretty much unifies directly with the convoy to end the mandates. And we had serious prayer on January 29th that something special would happen here locally in the community, because it is local. And we went down there at 5:30 on a Friday evening to prepare for our meeting. That was the next day, that we had a full house. We had no more parking left in the parking lot. And little did we know that in a matter of weeks away, look what shows up here in Hagerstown, and the impact it's having across the country and waking people up. It just blessed my heart as that convoy came across the United States, and all those people on top of these overpasses, they're still with us. They're good, solid Americans. And the very day that we had our meeting was the day that the trucks rolled in. We didn't know anything about the truck convoy in Canada, but the same day that we had our meeting, the trucks rolled into Ottawa, and things have been rolling ever since. And I mean, just the outpouring of the American spirit, talking with everybody across the country. We got to keep it going. This is a movement that, if God is behind this movement, it will be successful. If God is not, it will not be successful. As simple as that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Think about wrapping up unless there's any last minute questions.
Thank you for the testimony. That's pretty powerful. I'm watching the comments here, and I said since the whole thing here, this was a spiritual ride across the country, and it really has been. So thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone's got your back.
I had a comment here, Brian. Spot on, I thought. Adversity makes the man.
Brian?
Yeah.
We have a person in our chat that is running for lieutenant governor in Wisconsin. His name is Dr. King. Okay, he's not in. He is on. Okay. And do you have anything to say? He's running for lieutenant governor, and he's a really good man, godly. And we picked him up about a week ago when one of my people in the live stream went and videoed him speaking, and we all got on board with him. Do you have anything to say to him on how he can move forward?
Speak the truth and always speak from your heart, and don't forget who you work for.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Good talk. Good talk. Thank you for your time, Brian.
Thank you.
Great question.
Come on down.
There you go. Dr. King, did you hear that? We welcome you down here.
We're live now. You got an awesome following. Proud of you, brother.
Okay, Nick, do you want to pull this down and put it up right away?
All right.
You there?
Hey, Brad, thanks for the time, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
All right, let's go out into the world. We might end this early, guys. I gotta go to Walmart, get some stuff done. I consider that a very productive stream.
Thanks so much, Brian.
We're gonna get some things going for later. But for right now, we have some supplies to get on. I see that YouTube's working correctly now. I apologize to you guys earlier for that technical difficulties we were having. But
What would you like to tell the people?
God bless you. Jesus Christ is king.
Thanks for being here.
Something in my beard. How's my beard?
Oh man, battery's dead.
It's on the satisfaction.
On this video. Yeah, that's funny.
what's up, man? You just rolling by me, ignoring me and stuff. I see how it is.
I'm waiting for eye contact.
It's all good. Yeah, no, you need him. All right, you guys have a good day. I'll be out here. Yeah, that was a good time, guys. We got to hang out with Brian for a little bit. Got a little insight on his thought process and what's going on with him. Oh, we got our bike gang. We got the bike gang out here. What's up, hooligans? How you guys doing? Good?
Good, how about you?
You get that bike back or what?
Yeah, we got it back.
Yeah, I told you to come back, right?
Yeah.
That's right. You guys good? You need anything?
Are we good?
All right, brother. Oh, what do we got going on here? Hold up. We're going to get the exclusive on what we're putting up here. Oh, 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 whoa, whoa, whoa. Maybe go around. You might want to go around. Hey, what are you guys setting up? A tent?
Yeah.
Nice. I thought we were getting a bouncy castle. Thought we were going to get a bouncy castle today.
Hey, we can bring one of them back.
How much is it to rent a bouncy castle?
Depends on which one. They're right around $300.
For like a day?
What's that?
For like the day or?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So chat, listen to me right now. Let me get the phone number for this place.
There you go.
You guys see Ted's Rent-A-Center, right? One of my extremely awesome, generous supporters. I'm asking that you call this number and send us a bouncy castle. Please send us a bouncy castle. It's $300. Maybe we can all chip in. I'm willing to donate some money towards it. So maybe if you guys could do it, and we could send some money and some stuff over here, we can get a bouncy castle for the kids, for morale, just as a tribute to Ottawa. So if you guys can, man, hook it up. Let's send something over here. We got a big tent going up, but we need this right here. We need a bouncy castle. Let's try to do it, guys. Get some stuff together. Call this number right here. Send us a bouncy castle. We'd really appreciate it. I'll blast you all over YouTube. I'll tell everybody about your generosity. But we really would like something like that to happen. That'd be super cool. We got plenty of people here from January 6th. We have a lot of patriots here that were there. They did get in some trouble. Some of them didn't. But they all have a story. I'm willing to put all their J6 stories up on here if you guys are looking for that. So, Chris, you're out. Listen, no one's a plant. I don't care who's a plant. I'm not. Definitely not. Brian's not a plant. No one's Antifa. Big Belly, yeah. Bouncy Castle. Send us the Bouncy Castle. Please. Let me go talk to Julius. Maybe we can get him on board for this mission here. You know what? I'm going to wait. I don't really feel like giving... Anyway. Let's see what we got going on this way. Listen here. I'm going to end it, guys. I think I'm going to end it for now. I got to go get some stuff down from Walmart and some things. Jersey J, it's not my birthday today. No, my birthday's in September. I'm going to be hitting a big 4-0. There's absolutely nothing I'm looking forward to about that. So, hey. I was like, man, I know this guy's truck. What's up, bro? Yeah. See, we had a little media meeting in the back there. Yeah, man. That was cool. Yeah, he testified. That was pretty sweet, man. That was cool. When are we going to start signing this bad boy, bro?
Hey, Beta Boy signed it right there last night, and then my first donator was Liberty Bell. I just happened to do it last night. But, bro, I've got 3 pages of names.
Dude, this is awesome, man.
You got to sign it too.
I'm on it, bro.
Really, you can right now.
Yeah.
You can do it wherever you want and just use a corresponding color.
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, this is sick.
That's cool, black.
Yeah. All right, we're signing Rip 33's truck right now. Let me see what we got. I gotta get on I want to get on a nice spot here where we're seeing. I think we're gonna go right over here. Oh yeah. Let's get it.
Whatever you want.
We're gonna get pretty with it, Ryga. We're gonna make her all pretty.
And it's cold, so the markers might act funny.
Oh no,
rolling good? Hell yeah, man. I'm not sure how those paint markers are going to go with people signing. Yeah. If they work good, that's good.
Oh, we're getting it.
I'm excited over it, man. I got to quit ashing all over it. I keep looking my cigarette out the window. Yeah, I don't know what the plan is for today.
I was gonna go get some stuff done.
I kind of need to, for real. I need to run up to Metro PCS at some point. We'll see. Our neighbor, one of them just peeled out. He's coming back. He just has to run home to see his kids. So we're kind of cleaning camp up, locking it down. Definitely glad to have Brian back.
Yeah. It was a show while he was gone.
Trying to come on board. We'll have that on this big job, so.
With the chief leaves, the Indians play.
Awesome. Dude. Put as much as you want. Draw a smiley face, do whatever you want.
Get it all colored up. There's the red eye.
It's going to be hard to get everybody to do it.
So, can't talk about it yet, but I'm gonna try and get rid of it. There's like a whole bunch of silly stuff going on.
What?
So I'll find you later because there's a whole bunch of silly stuff going on.
Yeah, a little bit of he said, she said.
Yeah. But it's another thing is live on YouTube this morning, and they screwed everybody's fucking videos out this morning. And we just got it back after we did that meeting back there.
How are you?
Really?
I'm good.
Every single screen is called.
Still trying to warm up.
Everybody in the chat was like, we can't see you, we can't hear you, we can't see you, we can't hear you.
Welcome to Arlo.
Shadowground or something.
No,
No,
you
we're
said that other
definitely playing
device.
with fire. That's for sure. They don't want us putting this shit out. Got the fucked up.
We were watching. We just woke up probably 15 minutes ago. We were watching.
You need to sign this.
I knew I seen you.
And I haven't got to personally. I haven't got to thank you for that banner. I keep hearing you're the one that put that together.
Absolutely, yeah.
Thank you. That's cool. That's really cool.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, he's got a few of the different colors.
Amazing.
If you get a chance, I'd like to
Oh, me?
sign it.
Yes.
I'm not no good at drawing a Canadian flag, but if you think you can, you are welcome to slap one on you.
Oh, I have a that's Canadian trucker. You can maybe.
Trump? I'm not like driving. Not today, maybe. Maybe tomorrow.
It is for the love and support that goes around for our members, our donators, all the chat.
What's your name?
Yeah, I'm really glad it worked.
My name is
That's right. He's the artistic. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, welcome to my life.
I just had my name Yeah, thank you.
You got it. So that's what I put on Raga 33's truck because everybody's gonna be signing. Because it's true, we are in this fight together, and I want to make sure everybody remembers it. Little Jersey J, Jersey Jen stuff going on there. It's fun to get a tag on something every once in a while. It makes me feel real Jersey, you know, hitting those bathroom stalls. You want me to put Jersey Joey? I got my kid on there too. All right, Joey, if you're watching, buddy, I'm gonna throw you up on there too. All right.
Yeah, it happened in like Little League.
Red one.
Red? All right, you got it. There is a black one. He's in the yep, done.
Oh, can I borrow that 1 second?
Sure.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I was in Ottawa. The people
Okay.
did did the same thing actually.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
yeah. It was like all
sides.
That's for you, little guy. I love you, Joe. Daddy needs some coffee now.
What's still happening here? That
Yeah, tell her.
it's not over.
Hold on, I'll get with you. We're gonna end anyway.
We just regrouping right now. The people didn't give up.
No, of course not. We've seen that one.
It's gonna happen soon, but we still have.
Bro.
Hey, I'm gonna come find you later. We'll come kick it for a minute. Yo, come to New Jersey, bro. We've made a whole new spot.
Hell yeah. Are you
New
still
New
up
Jersey.
there though?
Yeah, everybody else that's troublemakers are gone. So we got that spot locked
I do.
down.
I want to sit and chat with you just about you and Jesse about
Yeah.
some of the stuff that's been going on.
Yeah, it's a little out of context and all this crazy stuff. So we all gotta sit together and hang out. So that way we don't have to. Nobody has to go crazy. But there's like some weird stuff going on, dude, that we really need to take care of. But it's. I mean, it's not our job, but we do have a camera in our hand. So
Gotta look around and see what's going on. That's
yeah,
for sure, bro.
that's definitely, man.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna more or less sip this hot chocolate. Get
Yeah.
right for the day.
Get it up, man.
We'll come up there and kick it with
Spring that little guy up. All right, man. I'll see you in a bit. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to sign off for right now. I have some adjustments to be making here. I got to go to Walmart. So, thank you guys so much. Big Belly Racing, thank you for the donation. I literally just seen that. Oh my God. All right. Hold up. Yeah, Big Belly, thank you so much for that, man. I really appreciate that. You're the man. I don't even know how to express it. Yeah, I'll take her out for a nice lunch today. We'll go up to the restaurant. Maybe we'll meet up with some other streamers who are off. We'll go do something. That's from Big Belly, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I have to go to Walmart because unfortunately that big corporate crap company made it so that we need them, and they rubbed out all the small businesses. So as much as I don't want to shop with them, I'm going to have to. So they have the propane I need. But I'm going to sign off for now, guys. I really love you. I wish you guys all could come here. I hope I light a little fire under your ass so that way you're sitting on the couch and your butt starts burning and you get up and start packing. And you pack that car up all the way and you grab the family and the dog and the kids and the bikes and you come down to Hagerstown, Maryland. Because there's no better time to do this than now, and we need you. So we got rain coming in. We're going to dip out right now. We'll be back on later. Thank you guys. Love you.